Well, we're like an alternative rock band from Chicago. We started playing music together like 2 years ago. We really started taking it seriously and playing gigs all over Chicago with a lot of Chicago bands.
What really kicked it off was our New Year's Eve show with the band Dead. They're also Chicago-based. It was Ring in 2023, and we played the Empty Bottle with them for their 3 nights. And it was like the pivotal gig in our kind of career. We were like, this is what we want to do.
Yeah, we're 2 sets of sisters. We're best friends. We've been playing music together since like middle school, but yeah, then we really started taking it seriously at that Dead show.
Yeah.
So how did y'all meet? Because you guys are 2 sets of sisters. How'd that come about?
Caitlin and I were in the same class in middle school, actually. And we were just kind of like, let's play some music together, just kind of as a casual thing. But then when we started to write more original songs and realized, like, finally when the Dead show happened, we were kind of like, wow, this is something that we seriously want to do every day. So ever since then, the 4 of us have just kind of been doing it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what's y'all's inspiration? Like, how did y'all choose indie rock or rock? How did y'all choose that genre?
I think, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think that's a lot of what our parents played around the house growing up. Our dad, he's like the biggest music fan. He was always taking us to concerts. There was a lot of rock shows, and Chicago's really great because it's got all these like smaller venues. So we would be going to like the Metro and Shubas and Lincoln Hall from like a young age. So I think seeing that, we kind of were able to translate that into our own playing and inspiration.
Yeah, and I think just like indie alternative rock is kind of a good like melting point for a lot of genres. Like we listen to just about every music genre, I'd say. Like Caitlin kind of has her jazz influences, and we listen to a lot of Chicago musicians. We've got like some kind of folk influences too. So I think indie rock just kind of felt the most natural to us, and just kind of like that singer-songwriter type thing where you can put that emotion into it and all of us can kind of combine.
Yeah, we do like diversifying our sound. Like we all come from kind of different or classical music backgrounds. So I like studied like Latin and jazz music for a long time. So putting a little bit of that into it. I feel like just like rock and alternative rock in Chicago is just kind of like a big general umbrella. But when we play, like, we like to like diversify it. Sophie's got a crazy like soulful voice that she pulls out sometimes on songs. That's really cool. Yeah.
It's raining down on me. These feelings I can't see. These thoughts I can't change. Why do I have to overthink every action, every blink? It's awesome, gonna flood me.
And you keep talking about Chicago and like the local music scene. So like, what would y'all say your favorite aspect of that is?
I think just how supportive everyone is. I've never felt like judged or hated when we were performing a show, like in the Chicago music scene, and like everyone there is like at every single show, and they are always just trying to lift you up and like help you get farther and reach like broader audiences. So I think it's just a very supportive place.
Yeah, and there's like endless amounts of Chicago bands, but what I really like about it is there's no sense of like competition. It's not one band trying to play this show or trying to do something before another band. It's very supportive. Everyone's just lifting each other up. And when we're at like another Chicago band's show, we'll know like half the people in the audience. It's just a bunch of other musicians, and everyone's just there. Everyone's just friends with each other, and that's the best part about it.
That's dope. So, so for our audience back at home, who would you guys compare like yourself to so they can like see what the sound is?
We hear that it's like a lot of 90s kind of shoegazy alternative type thing. A bit of like Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, people they're like, if you combine like Smashing Pumpkins, Veruca Salt, and like Cocteau Twins, then it's like some sort of like mesh in there.
Yeah, like some Fiona Apple type thing.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of snail mail too.
Recently, a couple people have been saying Led Zeppelin, which is like a different side of things, but we're like, okay, we will take that.
We would hear that, but now it's been like 3 times now or something, and it was written in an article.
Yes.
I don't know how, but like if people are hearing that, take that as a compliment.
At our last show, which was the Metro, apparently someone in the audience was just like consistently saying, Led Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin. It was like, okay, you know? Yeah.
That's dope.
How has social media been treating y'all? Like the platforms?
Good?
Yeah. Good. And
Like
I
your-
think since we are younger, we know how to work it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
We know how to
Yeah.
use social media, and I think we all have a lot of fun with it. I think there's a lot of aspects to being in a band, like businessy sides of things, that can bring more stress, like with emails and stuff. And I'm glad, like, social media definitely comes naturally. And
Yeah,
people
and
like us. Yeah.
we've gotten a lot of positive feedback on social media, which is great.
Yeah.
We pay attention to that and, you know, just kind of filter out any sort of negativity.
You guys
I'd
keep
say.
up with the trends and everything?
Yeah.
We try to, yeah.
Kind of. I mean, we're just really like Instagram is our main thing.
Yeah.
We haven't touched TikTok at all. Not Facebook either.
Yeah.
But we stick to Instagram, and I think that's a great network for bands to kind of support each other, get in touch with each other. So that's our main thing.
And I'd say we don't do anything really trend related. It's all just like focused on our music, our
Yeah.
upcoming shows, releases. That
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good. So where do y'all see Neptune's core in about 5 years?
Wow.
That's a great question and
Yeah.
something we're still trying to figure out too. I think being young, there's so many directions we could go in. And so even being at South by, this is a really good time, I think, for us to like continue finding ourselves and navigating the music industry. We've been meeting a lot of cool bands. We're going on tour later this month on the East Coast, so I think that'll also bring us some insight. But I think it's one of those things where we're kind of just like feeling it out as we go because we don't really know what's in store for us, but we're really excited to see what it is.
Yeah. And honestly, we're just working as hard as we can right now, and
Yeah.
we want to take it as far as we can and just see where we end up.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, I got one fun one. And so I think it's going to be our last question.
I got 2 more.
You got 2 more?
Okay.
Well, I'll do my fun one. Okay, if your music was a pizza topping, what would it be?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Whoa. Maybe like mushrooms.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why did I think that? Or,
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I feel like they're going to say mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, like for one, we're all like vegetarian. Well,
Yep.
I eat
sometimes,
chicken and
most of the
salmon,
time.
We're
but
not even vegetarian.
I
Yeah.
like to sample other foods.
But
we're
I feel like all
vegetarian.
kinds of mushrooms too, not just the classic portobello, like just like
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
crazy fun mushrooms.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like caramelized onions.
Ooh, that too. That too. Yeah.
I wanted
Excellent
to ask-
question.
I wanted to ask, since y'all are so young, who's watching out for y'all as y'all enter this crazy business?
Ooh, I love that.
Honestly, our dad.
Our
me and-
parents, yeah.
Like our parents are like so supportive. Like we couldn't be like more grateful to have our parents supporting us in this. They love what we do. They come to all of our shows. If ever we have like a contract or some sort of deal, our parents will always sit down and look over it with us, help us figure out like the legal jargon and stuff.
Yep.
And it's been really great to have that sort of support so close to home.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
there's a lot of other Chicago mentors that we have with bands like Phenome, with the girls Macy and Seema from there, and Vivi Lightbody and Kaina. They've been great like mentors for us, especially as women in the music industry, that we can kind of look up to, which has been great.
Yeah, it just goes to say like the Chicago music scene is the perfect place to be because you have inspiring musicians and inspiring mentors, and then also our parents are just really like
Yeah.
beyond supportive.
Yeah, we would not have made it down here if it weren't for them. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And last question, what would you tell like people in your position, your age, if they wanted to like follow their dreams? What would you tell them?
Do it.
Freaking
Yeah.
go for it.
Take the risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like be kind to people, be supportive, and like it'll start to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But-
think any opportunity is what you make it. So I would say to just give it all of your energy.
Yeah.
and don't stop giving it all of your energy, even when it doesn't amount to anything at first.
Yeah.
Just trust the process, work hard for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and believe. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that's so true. You just gotta be
gotta
so
be confident.
headstrong and just do it.
Leave me. How can I make it clear? You ought to disappear. Don't come and find me. The past is behind me.